You know who it is.
Rah! I always bring it. Yeah, I'ma say one Africa blazing.
This is Zachary representing all the herbalists them in Slovakia. I'm Mr. One Africa.
Roll up our next clip. Roll up our next clip.
No cocaine, give we more ganja.
Roll up our next clip. Roll up our next clip.
I am on no ramp when him a bone ganja. You know the Rasta man him chatting from the hill. Which part the herb gonna up in the hill? But now
What up? What up? What up? You already know who it is. It's your boy, that Big Daddy, Papas Fritas, that host on the next play. What's good? Bro, why do you make fun of me while I'm doing my intro? Is very
I don't know. Dude, I can't. I don't know. I can't stay still while you being that active, you know? Like,
I'm a fucking mess, bro.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, your host, the notorious BDP, here on the Next Spliff podcast, back with a new installation, episode number 178. And we got brother Josh in the house today. What up, my dude? The beard is looking very Duck
What up?
Dynasty.
What up? This is the main. You know what I'm saying?
Puerto Rican Duck Dynasty.
Word.
So Josh, it's been a minute, bro. I haven't podcasted since the day before the election. The last time I podcasted was with the cousin Dan. A lot has been going on, right? Obviously, we can go right to the election, but once we go into the election, we're not going to come out for a minute. So let's stay away from the election first, and let's catch up first, right?
We'll put a pin on that.
Yeah, we'll just put a pin on that. First of all, I'd like to say I haven't been doing a lot of podcasts lately. Last week, I think we only had 2 episodes. This week so far, just 1. Actually, in the month of November, we've only had 1 episode. That's where we're at. This is the first episode this week. So yeah, we've only done 1 episode so far in November. The reasons are because my co-host, Guapo Chapo, and the Sizzle Trizzle, the Sandy Trees, they're out. They're out of commission. They're quarantining because Sammy wound up getting COVID. And then, you know, my son, El Guapo Chapo, also thought he had COVID because he had all the symptoms.
Oh, really?
They both felt the same symptoms in the same day. They were napping hard. They had headaches. They were miserable.
Oh,
completely.
dang.
Both of them were miserable. The next day, they take some COVID tests, and they get the results back in a few days. The Sizzle Trizzle is positive, and my son, the Guapo, negative.
Wow.
Which we can't figure out. So it's been like 3 weeks now. She's been positive like 4 times. She hasn't felt a symptom in over 10 days, and she's still coming back positive. And my son is still coming back negative.
Bro, dude, it seems like this whole COVID thing is weird, bro.
They live together, they sleep together, they have a tiny apartment. They're definitely fucking, without a doubt, sharing droplets. I mean,
sharing the same air and everything.
Yeah, they're breathing the same air, they're snoring the same air. It's just crazy how, you know, and yeah, you know, so it makes me wonder, is this bullshit?
Dude, it's weird. There's a lot of weird things.
I do think sometimes if it's bullshit, but I can't, because a lot of people have died. You can't deny that people have died.
Yeah.
You know, saying that is bullshit is denying those people. So
yeah, the people that die from it. And that's the thing, right? So I've had conversations with it. I guess I'm more tired of it.
Yeah. Oh, am I tired of it?
You know, then like when I try to talk to someone that has like relatives that died from it, they get really, really like sensitive about it.
Well, yeah, bro, of course.
They be like, how dare you? My grandmother died. I'm like, well, you know what?
It's a sensitive subject, bro. You know, it's a sensitive subject. But yeah, you know, I just I don't even bro, they're both fine. Like she's doing cardio in the mornings.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She's
Trying
doing
to sweat it out.
and she's been doing cardio for a week. She's not feeling anything. I mean, she's fine. It's just it keeps coming back positive, so she can't go back to work. And of course, we can't. We shouldn't. We got to be responsible. So
Yeah.
we've been kind of keeping our distance, and So as a result, no podcast. I haven't been able to come up with anything new. I've gotten Danny in there a couple of times. I've gotten you in there a couple of times, and that's been carrying us.
Well, you know what? We could just put this show on my big strong shoulders.
That's what I'm
talking about. I'll help you carry as much as I can.
Bro, look at this.
Damn, bro, what is that? Is that like 2 grams?
It's a 2-gram spliff right here.
Yo, that's
it's in a
spliff.
It's in a raw king size. And yeah, bro, it's about 2 grams. I'm gonna say it's about 1.8.
Damn, bro, that joint is hefty.
What I'll weigh it. I'm probably exaggerating.
But you know what? You know why you're a gentleman? Because you put a filter on it.
Oh yeah.
You're not like these dirty boys.
I like my toys. I like my weed accessories. I like my rolling tray. I got a nice grinder. So this is how I roll my spleefs. I have a cone. See this cone right here?
Yeah.
So I take this cone and I put these little the tips on
yeah.
And then I roll the paper around it and then I pull it out and you get the cone.
That's fancy.
Yeah, and then I have a loader. I scoop up the weed like this.
Get out of here.
I stick it in here and then I push it in there with a little stick.
Like a little funnel.
And I pack that motherfucker in there, bro.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. Oh, but let me weigh this. I'm going to say it's 1.7. Are you guessing?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1. Yeah, I'll say 1.8, 1.9.
Okay, let's see what we got.
It's been a while since.
Whoa. We've got 2.2.
2.2. I knew it was 2.
Wow.
I knew it was 2. Once I saw it, I was like, damn, that joint is massive.
I figured, I haven't podcasted in a while, so I won't be talking some trash for me. So let me roll up a nice spleef. So look, before we start getting into the election and all that bullshit, first of all, let's talk about the most important thing that happened with this election is that marijuana was on the referendum in Jersey. What it means, the referendum, it means that, so what happened is last year in New Jersey, they tried to pass a law through legislation, meaning that they took their state legislature and they tried to write laws that would make marijuana legal, recreational legal within New Jersey, and they were going to sell it and how they were going to sell it and how they were going to tax it and all this stuff. But what happens when something like this happens right away, people start seeing dollar signs and then people start trying to control, wait a minute, the money should go here. We should make sure that that they're only in communities of color. And then people that live in communities of color were like, wait a minute, what you trying to say? Why you want to put them in? What the fuck? We got liquor stores on every corner. Now you're going to put weed shops? What are you trying to do? So they were like, oh, okay, we take it back. So there was all this arguing going on about how it was going to be distributed, the licensing, the businesses, the opportunities, no big corporations. So they weren't able to pass it in time before the budget. So it didn't go through. Same exact thing happened in New York. New York, all right, guys, we're going to do this. But then people, they start eating, they start cannibalizing each other, but we want this little item in there, or this has to be considered. And then what happens? Nothing gets done. Yeah. Let's wait for another fucking year. So Jersey did something very smart. What they did was the governor said, let's put it on the ballot. So basically, when the elections come around, people will start to vote. What happened there? Yeah, people will start to vote on whether or not they want it, right?
Okay.
So that's what they're gonna do there. What the fuck? I'm sorry, bro. I'm just losing my mind a little bit here. Yeah. So New York should have done that, and they did not. But that's what they should have done. They should have put it on the referendum, but they didn't. So as a result, it's still not legal in New York. Governor Cuomo has said, yeah, you know what? We should have done the referendum. He's admitted to it. But Jersey did it, and they passed it overwhelmingly. I think it was like 60% people were like, yeah, let's fucking do this.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard it was crazy. But doesn't this put like pressure on
New York? Yeah. Because New York is going to be surrounded by states
that got illegal
marijuana, you know, Massachusetts, now New Jersey. I don't know about Connecticut, whether it's recreational legal, but, you know, I don't think it's recreational legal in Connecticut yet, but it probably will be soon. I mean, yeah, but New York State. I mean, come on, bro. It's not yet legal. I mean, give me a fucking break. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, come on. All right, New Jersey's legal. So, all right. So everybody in New York is going to drive to Jersey, and they're going to get the tax dollars. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because I don't know the numbers or anything, but these shops or these states where they have recreational marijuana, they're getting so much money.
Well, yeah, they're getting a lot of money, not just from the weed sales, but people are going there, they're buying weed. Maybe they're hanging out. Maybe they're getting high. Maybe they stay in a hotel. Maybe they eat at a restaurant. Maybe they go, they go out for dessert. They get some munchies.
Yeah.
It's happening all right there in Jersey.
Bro, I know people that went all the way to Colorado.
Yeah.
Just so they could just have the experience.
Yeah. Well,
going
that's
to a dispensary and, picking out whatever you want and going crazy, getting crazy edibles and like just having fun. Being like high out of your mind, exploring the town.
If you've been smoking for a long time, like I have, I've been smoking for decades. It's always been a fantasy of mine to do it in a legal environment, to walk into a shop and to fucking look for good shit and to be in a lounge where you could blaze. I've always wanted that.
Yeah, can you imagine that, right? Because I've smoked cigars and cigar shops and cigar lounges, bro. It's the most amazing feeling.
Amazing, yes. It is.
I can't imagine if they had like marijuana lounges.
Yeah.
Where you just smoke. Well, I mean, they probably won't have any lounges anytime soon with this whole COVID going on. But can you imagine? That's just a hot box. All day hot box.
Or like restaurants where they have, I mean, in California, they have restaurants where they pair your weed with what you're eating and shit like that. It's like
Amsterdam?
Bro. Yeah, bro. No, they pay like if you're going to have this type of food, then you should be smoking this type of weed.
Wow.
Yeah. They bring you out some pre-rolled shit, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You blaze, you eat.
Smoking a pancake.
God, bro. Yeah, smoking a pancake. I'll eat it all fucking day long, bro. You'll have to drag me out of there.
Yeah, for real, right?
I always wanted the experience of marijuana tourism. I've never had it. I went to California once. Actually, I went there twice, but each time I went was when it was only medically available. So I was never able to go inside a shop. I had friends that would go and buy and then we'd blaze, but I never had. I was like, damn, I just want to go inside, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? But
I could have, but I had to like sit with a doctor, basically pay him, like $250, and then he'll give me a license while I'm there. Yeah. Oh, as long as you're in California, you could use it. You have okay. How much? $250. Motherfucker, I'm here for a day.
Yeah, right. Or like a weekend or a few days. It ain't worth it. That's crazy.
Buy the weed and that was it.
But then you're right, because then you also have this, like, we spoke about like the black market, right? Because now I think there's people that are getting eighths for like less than $30.
30, 25, $30 you can get.
Yeah. And then they're selling eighths over there in these dispensaries for like $60.
That's the thing.
Like top shelf bud.
Bro. Because look, now you want to open up a marijuana business, bro. You know how much? God damn, bro, I can't even talk. I guess it's been that long since I podcasted. But you know how much seed money you need to open a marijuana shop in New York or New Jersey? You're gonna need $500,000 just to start. You got to find the location. You got to pay the ridiculous rent. Then you got to go through all the bureaucracy, the fucking licensing, the fucking health department. You got to get all your fucking shit together. You got to, these are the suppliers you could use. You're buying this much weed. You got to pay this much tax. Oh, you're selling this much weed. you got to pay this much tax. So, by the time you're done, what's going to happen is the same thing that has happened in California. From what I know, the people that I know that are living, the real G's in California, they tell me they never go to dispensaries.
Wow.
No. They say, look, that's for tourists and fucking white collar people that don't know street people.
Yeah, definitely.
But that for the most part, real G's will get their weed in the street, and it's just as good and there's a lot less money.
Yep.
And I think the same thing will happen in New York, New Jersey. There's always going to be a black market. I think the government's going to go in. Their overreach is going to be too much. And people that are growing weed here are going to sell black market. That's it. Bottom line, it's definitely going to reach out into the black market. There's no way it's not.
So that's another thing, right? With like, I don't know about California, but I know in Colorado, you can also grow. You can have up to one plant in the house.
Yeah. So in Jersey, you're also going to be able to grow. I don't know how many plants. I'm sure there'll be a limit.
Yeah.
But, I'm growing. As soon as it's legal in New York, I'll be growing in my backyard and inside my house because I want to grow all year round.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? So like, if you are growing it, then I don't know. It's like, I know it's hard to grow it. It takes a lot of work, and
it takes work, especially to perfect it.
Yeah.
When you first start to grow, you could be sure that your first batch, it'll probably die. Right. Your second batch, maybe you'll make it to the end, but you'll have a small yield and it'll taste like shit.
Yeah.
And then once you get to that point, then you'll work on little things. You'll start perfecting your system.
Yeah.
You'll do some more research. You'll get the right kind of seeds. You'll make sure you're using the right kind of nutrients and either soil,
lighting and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll have to work on all that stuff so that you can make a good product, because growing is not easy. It's fucking science, bro. It's biology, and most of us are fucking idiots. I know I failed biology like a motherfucker. I don't know about you.
No, it takes a lot of patience also. Like, because you could be easily discouraged. You try to grow once or twice and it dies. Yeah, and you're like, man.
I mean, I grew peppers and vegetables and stuff like that. I grew, and I did really good. I had a green thumb. It was almost effortless. But I don't think weed is going to be that. It's going to be like that. It's a different story.
It's a fun hobby though. Like I would I
would love it.
All that research and stuff. That's, if you're into it, it won't be so bad. You won't be so disappointed.
But first of all, I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd, and I'll get into it and I'll study it, and it'll be so ridiculous. My wife will want to leave me. That's that's kind of like it was when I was trying to learn how to play the guitar. It's going to be like that. I'm going to be annoying. I will be annoying. I can't help myself.
Yeah, but then once you got it going, man, the amount of money you're going to be saving.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
The way I'm going to do it is the first year, I'm going to consider it like an investment. I'm just learning.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll take anywhere between 8 months to a year before I'm able to grow on a 12 to 16 week cycle, a quality bud.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be growing more than one plant. Fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm 6 to 8 plants.
What is it, like one plant produces like what, about an ounce?
Well, it depends on how big of a bucket you grow it in. Are you growing it in a 5-gallon bucket? Because the bigger the pot, the taller it'll grow. How much room do you have in your closet? How far away are the lights? All those
there's a bunch of factors.
All those factors will go into it, onto how big and how much yield and all that stuff. How are you feeding them? All that stuff. And you're going to fuck it up. So you can't look at it like, I'm going to start growing in that first batch. I'm going to save money.
It's going to be perfect.
Yeah. Yep. You're probably not even going to smoke that first batch. Smoking weed, you'll get a lot of shitty tasting weed when you're growing it at first.
Yeah, and we was talking earlier about my boy, he was one of the guys that had bought some bud, and it was cut with CBD flower, and he was so pissed off. So he started growing his own, and he bought seeds right from like Sweden and all these, like
from some like Western Europe. You'll get
across the country. And it's crazy, right? Because the way it ships, it has like different levels of security, So like some people were like
the street you want to be or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. So some people, they'll just like put it in a bottle and stuff a few seeds in the bottom of a bottle and then stuff it with a bunch of nonsense, or whatever.
Tylenol, whatever.
Yeah. So a Pringles can, something, whatever.
Right.
So but with this dude, they sent him a CD, like a CD album.
Yeah. I'm I'm a cop. I'm suspicious. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is listening to this?
It was crazy because this blew my mind. He got it in a CD album. There was an actual CD in the album.
Oh shit.
And in the book, in one of the pages, he had a few seeds, like 5 or 6 seeds taped into the book. So not only did he get his seeds, but he also got a nice CD to listen to.
What CD was it?
I don't know. It was something.
Bro, see, now that you would have had a story. You would have had a fucking with the fucking the Moody Blues or something.
No. It was some it was
Springsteen.
It was some Sweden music. I don't know. I never heard of the dude. So, but I saw it and I was like, damn. And he was like, yeah. And I got something to listen to as I'm planting these.
That's unbelievable.
I was like, damn. I didn't know they would they got that creative with it.
You know what's funny, bro? You mentioned Sweden. If you and I would go to Sweden right now and go to a dance club, we'd be the fucking flyest motherfuckers in the room. We'd have more rhythm than anybody. They'll be like, oh, these motherfuckers should dance.
Right? How do they move like that?
Yeah, how do they do that, bro? Because I'm watching this show on Netflix, and it's in Western Europe somewhere. I don't even know what country. It's called Undercover. And they were in a disco, and if the girls that were dancing in the disco, they looked like they were walking on electrified water, they're walking in a puddle of water that's shocking you, that somebody put a fucking an exposed wire in it, and they just fucking, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Bro, can you imagine you go over there, right, and you dance and they'll be like, yo, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, you could do a 1990s dance move with them. Like, oh.
Or if or imagine they see how we dance over here and they be like, yo, look how stupid they look.
Yeah, that's true. Like, look at those guys. No, that doesn't happen. I'm convinced that doesn't happen.
No, yeah. I think everybody sees how we do things.
I know because I grew up around a lot of white people, I know that there's a difference in that they see it when it comes to the dancing. Like somebody will start like a brown person will start dancing and everybody all of a sudden looking at them like, oh fuck, I didn't think it was possible for anybody to hit all those timings.
Yeah, for real, seriously. And some of the Spanish dancing too is real I don't know how you call it. Like when you dance with a girl, bro, it's mad it's not romantic and intimate.
Oh,
you
nice.
know? You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, bro. So check it, right? So now we could get into some of the good stuff, right? I just wanted to open up with a little weed talk, light it up, you know what I'm saying? And now we can get into it, Papa. So let's talk about it. So last week, the last podcast I did was Monday. It was with the cousin Dan. We talked about the upcoming election. I gave my feelings. He gave his. We both voted for Biden. I voted for Biden on the WFP line. I didn't vote on the Democratic line because I am protesting the Democratic Party. I'm very upset with them. But anyway, I voted for Biden-Harris.
That's so
and
crazy.
So did he. But I thought that Trump was going to shock the world. Okay, I really did. I thought it was going to shock the world. Danny thought it was going to be a landslide. And sure enough, bro, let's talk a little bit about the election in these terms, right? Election night, it started, and they start calling some states, and it looked like when I went to sleep around 1 o'clock in the morning, it looked like Trump was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
It looked to me like Trump was going to win. He was up in enough states, and that if he would have stayed up in those states, they would have carried him. But announcers kept saying things like, "But wait a minute, mail-in ballot is a different election than any other time in history. There's a lot of mail-in ballots." And then every state has different laws as to how and when they count those ballots.
Yeah.
Some states could start counting them as they start coming in, early ballots and everything. As they're coming in, they could start opening them, getting them ready. Other states like Pennsylvania, they don't do anything with them until actual election day. So it was kind of a mess. Some states were getting called early. Some states were getting called, which didn't make sense. For example, Nevada got called real early for Biden, which pissed off Trump.
Wait, was it? No, I think it was Arizona.
I'm sorry, Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona got called real early.
Yeah, it was like 70% votes.
Yeah, so it was funny. They were holding all these other states back that look like they were going to Trump, but they weren't calling them. But then Arizona came up with like 70-something%. They're like calling it, and I was
Boom.
like, oh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right there, I was like, wait a minute, is this some funny business going on here? Like, why would they do that? Like, look, you're giving Trump opportunity to talk some shit that something is going on. What is us in calling Arizona? You had Georgia and Wisconsin and Michigan, all these other states.
The swing states, right?
Yeah, you had all these swing states that, you know, more percentage of the vote was counted, but they were leaning towards Trump, and they wouldn't call those, but they called Arizona. And I was like, why? You know, not why, like, oh, you know, they're cheating, but to me, it's like, why are you doing that? It's like tickling that motherfucker's ass with a feather, trying to get, you know, it's like, bro,
yeah, seriously,
giving his team ammunition to talk. Mm-hmm. It's a stupid move.
And then you look at the states like Alaska, which just got like, you know, it just got called today for, and it's only, I mean, Alaska's not a lot of electoral votes.
It's like three.
Yeah. It's 3. But it just got called today for Trump.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's like 12 people in Alaska. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know it's gonna go for Trump.
Yeah.
So you could call that shit at 89% Trump.
Yeah, for real.
Understandable call. But to have called Arizona early, I think was a dumb move, because it kind of, you know, it's just one of the things that'll give Trump and his team ammunition to talk shit about the results being tampered with and all that stuff. You know, that's all it was.
Yeah. But then let's talk about what happened after you went to sleep and you woke up the next day, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like all of a sudden,
I wake up the next day and it's like, oh, Wisconsin has flipped. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And Michigan has flipped, because he was winning both Wisconsin and Michigan. Now, that's 26 electorals. He was winning them by big margins, by hundreds of thousands of votes.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, there's no way. I mean, I've never seen an election like that where somebody was down by hundreds of thousands of votes in a state, but then they came back and won it. I've never seen that, you know?
And that's the same thing with PA also. He was up, even that day, he was up in PA.
Like 500,000?
Yeah, it was some crazy.
He was up like 14% at some point.
Georgia also.
And they were like 80-something% votes counted. And I'm like, there's no fucking way, even with the mail-ins. But they kept saying the mail-ins are going to be heavily Democratic. And they're right, because Trump was discouraging his people from doing mail-in. He was telling them, just come in, just come to the polls, just come to the big fuck up, fatal error. He should have said, all right, they want to mail in, let's mail in. But he didn't want to be supportive of that system. Yeah, if he lost, he wanted to be able to point to it as fraud coming from that system. You know? Mm-hmm. And I think, to be honest, I think there is a lot of opportunity for fraud with mail-in ballots. And I don't think we should have done it. I think what we should have done was had the election open for like a whole week and just people come in. Because, to be honest, I did early voting. I was in and out in 10 minutes, and I didn't go near anybody. You know? So they could have started like an early voting, 3 weeks before election day.
Yeah.
Everybody has to early vote. Everybody's got to early vote, make everybody come in, but you got to do it in person. That would have been a cleaner way to do it. It's just going in. If we haven't done it before, the opportunity is there to fuck up for either side. It's so easy.
Yeah, I think that's why Trump avoided it also. He don't want his votes getting messed up.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, that was a fuck up. He should have done it. As it turned out, a lot of people did mail-in balloting, the biggest in history. yeah, so anyway, I woke up the next morning and those states were flipped. They hadn't yet been called, but now Biden is leading.
Yeah.
So I went from going to sleep thinking that fucking Trump is going to get 306. That's where I had him. I had him at 306.
Yeah,
I'm like,
306.
yeah, I was like, this mother, same exact he had for in
Hillary, right?
Yeah. So I wake up and now Biden's ahead, and I'm like, wow. But then I'm like, how did this happen? I mean, I couldn't really. Yeah, I mean, was there no shenanigans?
It's just funny. It's just funny though. Like
it is funny, but it makes sense.
Yeah, right. So
counting the mail-in votes last. You know, I understand it, and there were hundreds of thousands of mail-in votes in every state.
That's not where things get funny. It's what happens after. So, but go ahead. I want
to know when things get funny. So you go ahead.
So things get funny when Nevada
did get funny.
They were counting super slow. We was at a point where we had like
so slow.
You know, Wisconsin was like pretty much done. Michigan was pretty much done. Bro,
Nevada the day was at 96%. I'm like, bro, you didn't move 1%.
Yeah, seriously, bro, for like the whole day. Yeah. It's like, yo, what is everybody doing over there? It's just, you know, they were making memes about like, when someone calls you and they ask you like, yo, where you at? And you be like, yo, I'm 2 minutes away.
Did they call Nevada yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's called.
I don't think so. I think once what happened? Biden, they said they called PA for Biden and they called Georgia for Biden. And with those two
Georgia
alone
and Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, with PA and Georgia, that's 36 votes.
Yeah, and that was enough.
So yeah, and they was like, all right, that's it. You know?
So what happened is they wound up, he wound up flipping and holding Pennsylvania. Yes. So Pennsylvania, Trump was leading for like 3 or 4 days. And you saw that lead shrinking from the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I think it was like 800,000.
It was ridiculous.
And then it was like, 500, 400,000, 100,000.
Yes.
50,000. It's like,
bro, I was like, wait a minute, bro.
It's like all you saw was Biden's numbers going up. And it's like, damn, are you kidding me? There's really 1 million votes for Biden and not one for Trump. You know, like, yo, that's crazy. It was such a huge lead. And then even North Carolina and Georgia, they didn't have as much of a lead as Pennsylvania.
Right.
But they were still losing.
They were also closing.
Yeah, so they were catching up.
He was leading in North Carolina, in Georgia, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, right?
Yeah.
He was leading in all of those states, and he wound up losing all of them except for North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He lost everything else. Biden came back and was able to overtake the lead. And I've never seen anything like it. But there's never been an election like this.
Yeah,
we're in a pandemic, and they decided to do mail-in voting. That's it. So how safe and secure and 100% accurate is mail-in voting? And I guess this is the test, right? So look, this is what happened. So okay. So the press, the AP, the press, basically they called enough states for Biden that he hit the 290. So they've declared him the winner of this election. He's the projected winner, not the official winner, because the projected winner happens on December. I forget what date.
That's very important.
Yeah. So the projected winner is on December. I forget the date.
Yeah.
But that's when the delegates actually are awarded. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the delegates are actually awarded on that day to the candidates. And usually they will award their delegates to whoever won the state. That's the way it's always been done. In 2016, Clinton was hoping that she'd be able to convince some delegates over to her side, even though she had lost those states, but it didn't happen. It's not going to happen this year like that either, I don't think. However, Trump has started to, his lawsuits came out, right? Lawsuits are out.
Yeah, it was a bunch of, what's it called? Affidavits were sent out for Michigan, PA.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I think it's those three. In Georgia, there's a recount and an audit.
Yeah,
A
Georgia's a recount audit. But there's so many weird. Like they said that there was a software glitch.
Yeah, I've heard all these things, right?
Yeah, man.
But the thing is, look, I've talked before about the media, how we get fucked and we don't really hear everything, right? What you just said about the software glitches, you don't hear those stories on any of the mainstream media right now.
Nope.
And in their defense, they're saying they're not putting it out there because that might be misinformation, or the source behind it is not credible, or things like that. So they don't. The same as the Hunter Biden story. They're not putting it out there because they don't think it's credibly sourced, right? So these types of stories, you're only hearing from them from these fringe kind of, underground fucking
or like
don't have the credibility.
Yeah, or like conservative media, like
Max News.
Yeah, but you know what else? You know what else is very like immature of them? Of like the media is saying that Biden and Kamala are the elected.
They are the president-elect. Yes,
president-elect, which is not the proper term. Am I right?
Well, once they've been declared the projected, if you're the press and you're projecting them as the winner, you can say they are the president-elect. Yes,
and that's the thing. The media they can't call the winner, so they're calling the winner, right? And this is for people that are not really into politics. I don't know nothing, because like I was telling you, there's a lot of people this year that was watching the election that never watched an election in their life. Right? So they all thinking, even my mom and like my sister-in-law, they were like, oh my, Biden won. Oh man, this is crazy. I was like, yo, it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Yeah.
The press can't declare. They're like, yeah, but look, Biden gave a speech.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is all media stuff. So now imagine if Trump was to somehow flip all this and win.
It would be mind-blowing.
Can you imagine the rage that's going to go on? People already think like Kamala Harris already has vice president on her Twitter handle or something like that.
Yeah.
She already changed it. So there's a bunch of like mindless, morons out there. Or not morons. Let's just say they're, what's the word? Starts with an I.
Ignorant.
Yes, there's a lot of ignorant people out there that don't know that the press can't call the media.
What's going on? You're absolutely right. And in a way, the press is not putting any legitimacy into Trump's claims right now. And if anything, they are calling them baseless, if anything, and pretty much piling on them, piling on them. So now what's going to happen is, the general public is going to believe that, right?
Yeah.
What they're seeing on the news, that's what they see on the newspaper, all that good stuff. They'll believe it. And then later on, if Trump winds up having a case,
bro,
his fucking credibility has already been shut down. So, it's just going to be noise.
Dude, check this out. Even in New York, there were people protesting in the street. New York has always been a Democratic state.
Yes.
Right? And they over here marching, count every vote. Bro, y'all already won. Biden already won New York. Why are you even marching?
They're marching for the rest of the country. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's like a cop kills a dude in Minnesota and they rob
New
York.
Yeah. Bro, it was so retarded.
They spit in the cop stations in New York because somebody in fucking
right in LA or something, Minnesota. Like, dude, it's so crazy. And I'm like, yo, guys, go to sleep. We already won. Biden, it was never even a competition.
So check it, bro. I was talking to, just so you understand how polarized we are right now. And to be honest, I'm right in the middle. I hate Trump. I voted for Biden. I want him out, but I see shit. I'm not stupid. Yeah. I see the media manipulation. I can fucking see it. I can see what they're trying to do. It's so fucking obvious, and it kind of does bother me. I fucking hate it.
Because you're not ignorant, bro. You're not just like a sheep that just looks at the screen and just takes in whatever they say.
I was listening to Howard Stern yesterday, and he actually said to a caller, he's like, you know what, to be honest, if somebody did cheat, if there was fraud, good, thank you. I want that motherfucker out. I don't care if we cheated. And I'm like, wow. I said, you know what? That's he did it subliminally, but that is the attitude of most of those people that voted for Biden.
Yeah, they didn't care.
I voted for Biden, but I don't think that. I don't feel that. But most of them, they do feel that way. That even if there was some evidence and it was obvious and it was put before their faces, they'll be like, "This is okay. He's still better than that guy."
Yeah, there was just people that they just wanted Trump out.
Yeah,
there was like
that's me. That's me.
But I think there's a section also. It's like who you can I mean, because I don't know, I've never voted, but on the ballot, because you can also choose like for like the state.
Yeah,
does it say Senate?
There's a bunch of shit. It depends where you're at. I'm in Staten Island, so we get the president. Then we had some state assemblies. We had a lot of local stuff. So you would have had to vote for AOC because I think she's in your district, right?
Yes, I don't know, bro. But the thing is, right? So I remember hearing something about like how Biden might have won the presidency, but there's more Republicans now
than ever.
As like, I don't know, senates or not governors or.
So let me break it down for you. There's the three main chambers, right? There's the White House. And then, the White House, after the White House, you got your Senate. Every state gets 2 senators. So 50 states, 100 senators, right?
Okay.
So every state gets and it, depending on, how you vote, it depends on the senators who has the power of balance. Right now, for the last 4 years, it's been the Democrats. The Republicans with 53 Senate seats to 47 for the Democrats. So the Democrats spent hundreds of millions of dollars trying to flip some Senate seats so that they could have the Senate, right? So right now, it's close. The Republicans have 50 seats. The Democrats have 48, right?
Okay.
There's 2 seats. I'm sorry, the Democrats have 47. So there's 3 seats still out there. 2 of them are in a runoff. In Georgia. So in Georgia, both of the Senate races in Georgia are so close that they're going to have a runoff, another election in December 20, I think it is.
Okay.
So it's going to do another election just for those 2. Because in Georgia, if one of the candidates don't receive at least 50% of the votes, they have to do a runoff. So they're going to do a runoff. So those 2 seats are up for election in December 20th, I think it is, something like that. So they still got, and then there's another seat. But the Republicans already have 50.
Okay.
50 to 47 with 3 up in the air. Okay. 2 of those at least should fall on the Republican side. At least 2, maybe even all 3.
Okay.
That's what it looks right now.
And then you got Congress, right?
Then you got Congress. Congress is different because it all depends on how many districts in a state. How big is it? They split up each district into these areas, and for each area you have a congressperson, right? So, Congress has been Democrat for the last 4 years. Okay, it's been Democratic.
Yeah.
Actually, for the last 2 years, and Pelosi is the head of the majority right now. So the Democrats have lost seats. I mean, they didn't lose their majority, but they're going to end up with a majority of 5 or 6 less than what they started. So it's a loss for the Democrats,
so that's what I was like hearing, that they took a loss on Congress.
They took a loss in Congress, and a lot of people are saying the reason they took a loss in Congress is because a lot of mainstream Democrats don't like the rhetoric about the defund the police. and not saying anything about the rioting and keeping that quiet and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they're against some of the more the far left wing of the Democratic Party. So a lot of people didn't like Trump. They voted for Biden, but down ticket they went Republican.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think it's specifically because of the defund the police, Antifa, things like that.
So that's what I was seeing. So like people were voting Republican for like the Congress, but then voting Biden.
You gotta vote. That's why you have to vote.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what it was.
Matter. It's
yeah. Of course,
more than the up ticket, because for me, look, I voted for Biden, but if Biden didn't win, then I would have wanted the Democrats to grab the Senate and maybe even keep the House, right? Mm-hmm. Because if they did that, then they could control legislation. Basically, a president can't do anything because
unless it passes
Congress, then they got to go through the Senate, then the president signs it. That's how it works. So he would have to work with them, right? Mm-hmm. But if Biden won, I was hoping that the Republicans would keep the Senate, and it's fine if the Democrats kept the House. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, and it looks like that's pretty much how it's going to work out. It's you got to have a balance of power.
Of course.
And now, you got the Supreme Court that is 63 conservative, so, it's even a better thing now to have the president be a Democrat.
Yeah.
And for the Democrats to hold at least one chamber of the Congress, at least one chamber. So it's more balanced out that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta tell you, Democrats want blood, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean,
if they get the House and the Senate and the White House,
man,
holy shit,
that's gonna be something, bro.
You turn on the spigot, bro, because everybody's taxes are going way the fuck up. It's only a matter of time before it actually happens.
Yeah,
because that is where the future is gonna go. The young people, as they keep, as the young people keep coming up, the environment is going to be the biggest issue, and eventually we're going to have to change the way we use energy right now. It's going to have to change.
Yeah.
It'll have to.
It's coming.
It's going to come. It's going to come. And for the first generation of people that have to live through that conversion, it's going to be a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's going to be really messy. Before everything gets right and everyone gets accustomed to how things are. Yeah, it's gonna be really.
You gotta be careful whatever party you're in, because the balance of power shifts all the time. If Democrats go crazy right now and try to do a lot of crazy shit, it'll hurt them. First of all, in the midterm elections, every 2 years, these congressional and Senate seats are up for grabs, right? Mm-hmm. So again, there's another election in 2 years. It's called the midterms. Again, those two houses, those two chambers, they get reshuffled again. So depending on what people are seeing are going to shape how they vote in those elections,
Yep. Dang, that's crazy. Oh, man.
But I had some funny stuff I wanted to show you.
Yeah. Let's move on to that because
we're
about to go into a rabbit hole of the future.
No. On the future, that's a beautiful thing. First things first is I wanted to show you some good old some how do you say evangelists for Trump. So that people, the main people that love Trump are the religious right. Okay, we'll call them that. Mm-hmm. Evangelists love Trump. They ain't fucking love him. Always have. Mm-hmm. So I know you've heard of QAnon, right?
QAnon what?
QAnon.
No. What is that? No, what is that? QAnon.
QAnon is a conspiracy theory, right? I'm going to look it up for you because I'm going to make you love me long time, bro. Check it out. Hold on. I'm going to do this for you. So QAnon, what is? Right? QAnon. So QAnon is basically about the conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory group known as QAnon has grown in popularity. I can't read it on this one. Sorry, bro. Give me 1 second. What is QAnon? Well, Wikipedia. Oh, it's right here. QAnon is a far-right conspiracy theory that alleges that the world is run by a powerful cabal of Satan-worshipping pedophiles. You like the way I said pedophiles? Who work to undermine U.S. President Donald Trump and his actions against them, with the cabal operating a global child sex trafficking ring.
Oh,
so
man.
That's what QAnon is.
Wow.
You've never heard of this?
No.
Oh, my God. This is humongous.
Oh, God. Okay.
So let me just tell you, first of all, people 100% believe this shit. So QAnon is like a website that you go to, and there's whoever this person is, they dump something every day or every once in a while. They would dump something, and it'd be some information about a conspiracy theory and this and that, and people would just love it. And then there was like, Trump is going to win the election. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Look it up when you have some time. A lot of crazy shit.
Definitely.
And bro, like I would speak to my cousins. Like I have some cousins who are really into it. And you know, I was like, hey, bro, what do you think about the election, bro? Biden won. Biden looks like Biden's gonna win. And he'd be like, oh, primo, you voted for Biden? And I was like, yeah, primo.
Yo.
Like, oh, but primo, he's just a puppet for the Illuminati. And bro, don't laugh.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, if one day I find out it's true, I'm gonna feel mad stupid because it could be. I don't fucking know.
That's the thing. I mean, I do believe Biden is some kind of puppet because the dude could barely finish a sentence.
He's definitely a puppet.
But
he looks like a marionette.
Yeah.
The way his fucking goes up, he's like a fucking marionette, bro.
Seriously. Yo, no, but it's just for who he's a puppet for, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
You know, but is he a puppet? I'm sure. I always thought that the president was a
Chi-Com global.
Yeah. Sound like Alex Jones.
Yeah, well, that's Alex Jones fucking. That was my Alex Jones impersonation. Bro.
Yo, yeah, I think he's a puppet for somebody. I just don't know who it is.
But look, and then he tells me, primo, he goes, primo, there's the ambassador, the Vatican ambassador. He sent a letter to Trump telling him about what they're trying to do to him. Watch it, let's read that, and then you decide.
What? That's what your cousin told you?
What?
That's what your cousin told you?
Yeah, he told me to watch this video about a Vatican ambassador that wrote a letter to Trump telling him about all this stuff, right? And the guy is a very well-respected guy, which is why my cousin gave it any credence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find that video. Where is it? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit, I know where it is. Give me 1 second, Pop. Yeah, so, you know, the guy is a credible dude, and it is legit. He definitely wrote this letter. Fuck. Father V.I. Oh, my God, I can't believe I forgot it. Oh, I got to find it on my phone. Pick up the conversation, bro, while I look for it right here. Go.
All right. Wow. That's just crazy. And I was just thinking, like, man, I've been talking to people about elections, religion,
and conspiracy theories.
Yeah, and conspiracy theories. And no lie, I've gotten into like 6 rabbit holes. Really? And dude, it's so crazy. Like, and there's even rabbit holes, even with this election. Some like people that didn't believe in conspiracies was like, oh yeah, Donald Trump was saying that he was the winner, that he won a lot, just so you could start planting the seeds in people to make it look like this whole thing was a fraud, you know. And then like, you know, and I was like, well, we can say that about anything, you know, like
yeah,
because even Biden was saying, you know,
it's true. You can say it about anything. And these dudes, I found that his name is Archbishop Vigano. Okay, and I'm gonna look him up on YouTube where I found this video. Actually, they might have taken it off of YouTube.
See, if they did take it off of YouTube, that's how you know it's real.
When I found this, I was on one of my deep web websites. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all right, so it's here. What claims here? I just want to see the actual full letter. I want to see the full letter. It only takes like 2 minutes to read it. I'm not gonna do the whole thing.
They just skimmed through it real quick.
Bro, they don't have the letter. It just has people commenting about it. Wow, bro, stop it. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Bro, that's so crazy.
Yeah, bro, I can't find this video.
When things get off, see, that's when I start. That's like, it's like when you're watching a scary movie, right? And you're like, yeah, whatever, monsters aren't real. And then it says based on true events.
Yeah.
Or like based on a true story. It's like, whoa. Like this legit happened to somebody.
Yeah, bro. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I gotta email this link to myself. I should have had this one. This is the only one I didn't have. I didn't think we were gonna go through it, but it's a good time to go through it. Where the fuck? You motherfucker, bro. I'm having such a hard time here.
Yeah, you're on the spot.
Gmail to the next Spliff, yes. And paste, boom. Aceptar. Oh, wow. And boom.
So this dude told Trump what they were trying to do.
So he told Trump, he's basically, so
he's like whistleblowing.
Yeah, he's whistleblowing, saying that there's forces out to get him. He throws out a few the next Spliff at Gmail, right? He throws out a few conspiracy. I mean, to be honest, there was no evidence, nothing to back up anything. To me, it just sounded like a dude that was just that was fucking going out of his mind with conspiracy theories, to be honest. That's what it looked like to me, but I don't know anything about the guy. But if you do actually go and read up about him, you'll see that he is a well-respected dude from the Vatican, you know, and the Vatican is powerful. The Vatican is like a country, and it's, you know, it's been around, you know, longer than most countries. It's been around for thousands of years since the Roman Empire and shit like that. You know, the Vatican is the real deal, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, a lot of people are taking this guy very seriously. And here we go. Now
here we go.
The link. Let me copy link address. I'm gonna go over here, right here. We're gonna copy, paste, and go. YouTube privacy warning. Watch here. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna share my screen, right? So you could check it out with me.
All right.
All right. Where am I?
This is where the Pope be over here too, right?
The who?
The Pope.
What about him? Did he read?
I'm saying he hangs around in the Vatican, right?
Of course, yeah. I think I think he lives in the Vatican.
Yeah.
How do I share screen here again? I forgot how to do that. Shit.
There's an option I see on the bottom that just says share the screen.
Shut up, bro. Trying to be all smart and shit. All right, where is it? Which one is it? Shit. Oh my God, now I can't find it. What did I do with the video? Video's right here. Okay. Back over here. Fucking guy, bro. I'm having such
Look at those giant jars, though. Looks like you have.
Please, yes. Here we go.
Looks like you have a little ecosystem in there.
Okay. So check me. We're going to watch it right here. Tell me if you can hear this.
All right.
Can you hear it or no?
No, I can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't hear it. Oh, fuck. Well, this is a disaster. All right. All right. So no worries, bro. You know what? Let me take this out.
DuckDuckGo.
Yeah. 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 DuckDuckGo. That's what I use. I don't know what happened here. My sound got fucked up. Are you hearing me okay?
I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I use DuckDuckGo when I don't want to be tracked. It's just one of the browsers.
So, all right. So can you like summarize it for me?
Yeah. So let me summarize it. And actually I could just summarize it like this. There's definitely, I'll summarize it. Father Archbishop Vigano open letter. So basically Archbishop Vigano is warning Trump that forces of evil are working against him to steal the election. Okay. Catholic Archbishop warns that forces of evil working against him to execute a great reset. Okay. Archbishop Vigano, perhaps best known for accusing Pope Francis of covering up child sex crimes committed by Theodore McCarrick, a disgraced former American cardinal, has penned a letter to the U.S. President Donald Trump, warning him that the global elite are planning a great reset that, if implemented, intends to undermine God and humanity.
Dude, he said that about the Pope. I believe him.
You see what I'm saying?
I think the Pope is real shady.
Yeah, well, I agree. As you know, it just came out just recently that he knows about specifically child abuse allegations from some high-reaching cardinals. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
That literally just came out in the news just like a day or two ago.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. So just that first sentence right there got you.
Yeah. Well, because if you give me something else that's credible that he says, then it's like, okay.
That's why my cousin Danny, my cousin Andy is not a gullible, like he's not a chump. Okay. He will wax that ass. Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll be getting duped into some of these things. That's why I'm a little more like,
And he does his research. The problem with the research is that there's a lot of this material out there. So if you read enough of it, you'll find commonalities in some of these things and you'll start to give it credibility. And then you see what the media is doing these days and you give it even more credibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Everything starts to make sense.
Everything will start to make sense.
Things start clicking.
Exactly. So let me keep reading.
Go ahead.
According to Vigano, the same group of so-called global elites is responsible for implementing the draconian lockdowns, which have destroyed the global economy and have severely restricted the movement and freedom of people around the world. You see, this is like red meat to all those people out there right now that are, feeling all these, how do you say it? They're feeling the pressure of the lockdowns, and they're getting mad at people because of the mask wearing and all that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're one of those people and you start reading this and you say, bro, you're going to give it credibility because you're like, you know what? I could totally see this. Yes or no?
100%.
Okay.
I'm just like,
I know your mind right now is blown.
Yeah. It's going like 1,000 miles per hour, and I'm trying to prepare for it to go to 1,000,000 miles per hour.
It gets better. It gets better. Okay. So now it's going to talk about what he said, the Great Reset. Because remember, they're against him because they want to do what's called the Great Reset. So what's the Great Reset? The purpose of the Great Reset is the imposition of a health dictatorship aiming at the imposition of libercidical measures hidden behind tempting promises of ensuring a universal income and canceling individual debt.
What?
You heard that, right? So what is that guy? What is that saying? That right there, he's talking so right now you hear how all these politicians, left-wing politicians, are talking about things like UBI, universal basic income, healthcare for all, even illegal immigrants, bringing down borders, doing all those things, and the imposition of a health dictatorship, right? Which they're kind of, you see the baby steps for that when they're like, oh, you got to wear a mask, the social distancing, restaurants can only be so much capacity, all that stuff. That's what that is. It starts with that. That's a health dictatorship. Okay, aiming at the imposition of liberticidal measures. In other words, they impose on your liberties, hidden behind tempting promises of ensuring that universal income and canceling individual debt. Nirvana, utopia. That's what the promise is. And for that promise, you're willing to give the government the right to be a health dictator. That's where it starts.
Yeah, of course, that's where it starts. And then where does it end?
Are you feeling me so far? All right.
All right. Okay. So what else?
All right. So give me 1 second. I'm going to do something. You know what? I got to do something that might mess something up. Hold on.
Oh man, I wish I had a spliff.
Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I fucked up there. But anyway, if I did, it's fine. So check it. So here we go. We talked about the purpose of the Great Reset. The price of these concessions from the International Monetary Fund will be the renunciation of private property and adherence to a program of vaccination against COVID-19 and COVID-21 promoted by Bill Gates with the collaboration of the main pharmaceutical groups. The former apostolic nuncio to the United States speculates in the letter. So now this guy's touching on every fucking conspiracy known to fucking every tin hat wearing motherfucker out there. Now he's talking about the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, where even when I was a kid, they would say, hey, you know the end of the world is coming when they try to use one currency throughout the whole world.
Yeah, one world currency, one world government.
Exactly.
One world religion.
And shortly after that, the euro came out, and they're like, ay, Dios mío, right? So,
dang.
Yeah. So you want me to keep going here? Yes?
Yeah.
Because this article is only halfway there. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So check this out. Where was I? Along the office. Okay. Okay. The letter, which was widely shared on the web, also contains a number of other controversial claims. By the way, I'm getting this from RMX News. Beyond the enormous economic interest that motivate the promoters of the Great Reset, the imposition of the vaccination, which, by the way, was just announced yesterday, is 90% accurate. So people are going to be lining up for it. So all this feeds into what this guy's saying, right? So the imposition of the vaccination will be accompanied by the requirement of a health passport and a digital ID, with the consequent contact tracing of the population of the entire world. Those who do not accept these measures will be confined in detention camps or placed under house arrest, and all their assets will be confiscated. Yo, this motherfucker is in the moon right now. I'm sorry, bro. Are you there?
That's crazy.
Yo, that's bugging, right?
Bro, that's the whole mark of the beast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what this guy's talking here, bro. Crazy.
Yeah, assets will be.
Remember, you and I spoke about Bill Gates and his ID 2020. We spoke about the fact that he owns the COVID virus. So that means that any vaccination that is going to be made for the COVID-19 has to have at least the COVID virus itself. It has to have it. And I think that's COVID-12. He owns the patent for this too.
Oh, COVID-21, right?
Yeah, he owns them. So boom, the conspiracies are just, all the things line up for the conspiracy kooks to just go crazy. Yes.
Bro, go crazy. Bro, go crazy isn't the word. It's like, bro, there were so many people saying like, yo, this is happening. It's coming. And I was thinking like, nah, this is like a trial for it.
Yeah, it's a trial.
I was thinking like, this is just a test. And then maybe a few years later, then it's going to come,
Right. Yeah, bro.
But with the way this sounds, bro,
it sounds like up.
Yeah, it sounds like this ain't no trial. This is it.
So check it. Although Vigano offers no concrete evidence to support his claims, that's always my thing. Where's your evidence?
Yeah.
He's talking things that Alex Jones has been saying for years now. He hasn't said anything new yet. Influential people across the world in tech, health, science, politics, and other fields have referred to a great reset following the coronavirus, with some arguing that their policies would amount to more control over the global population. Okay, so a lot of people have kind of, said some of these things. That's all they're saying, right? At the same time, social tensions around coronavirus lockdowns have risen sharply, producing large protest movements in countries like United States, Germany, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's keep on with Vigano. He goes on to suggest that additional lockdowns have been planned and will be officially justified by a supposed second and third wave of the pandemic. Okay.
It's funny. Was it Cuomo talking about avoiding the second wave, right?
No.
Did you see something like that?
No. Let me finish this and then I'll
go ahead. All right.
You're gonna love this.
All right. I hope so.
So he says to Trump, he goes, "You are well aware of the means that have been deployed to sow panic and legitimize draconian limitations on individual liberties, artfully provoking a worldwide economic crisis. And while the politicians are barricaded inside their palaces, promulgating decrees like Persian satraps, whatever that is, businesses are failing, shops are closing, and people are prevented from living, traveling, working, and praying." Boom. And while he describes Trump as the final garrison against the world dictatorship, he casts Trump's opponent, Joe Biden, as someone who is entirely controlled by the deep state, compromised by scandal and corruption, and who will do to the United States exactly what Jorge Mario Bergoglio is doing to the church, whoever the fuck that is. Wow. Prime Minister Conte to Italy, President Macron to France, Prime Minister Sanchez to Spain. So he's basically talking about that Biden's going to do to the United States what all these other presidents have done to these other countries. And last Friday, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, who formerly acted as President Trump's national security advisor, shared this letter on social media. So General Flynn, certified on Instagram. Bro, I got to show you this just because you said before it was credibility because of who he was and because of some of the people that have said something, right? So check this out. Let me share my screen. Share. And right here. Boom. You see that? General Flynn.
The site is overwhelmed right now. God bless America and its patriots.
In case the link doesn't work because they blocked you.
Wow.
He printed it. He took snapshots of the letter. And it's on the fucking letterhead. It's legit. It's definitely legit. And look at Donald Trump, my brother. So honored by Archbishop Vigano's incredible letter to me. I hope everyone, religious or not, reads it. So, bro, you know, Trump,
bro,
it's so you know
crazy.
That's why my cousin Andy, you know, I don't blame him for feeling the way he does. I mean, obviously, I don't believe this stuff because I don't want to believe something I can't see, touch, feel. I don't know. It's a conspiracy theory. I see it that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but prove me. I'm open-minded.
It's exploding right now.
Here's the full letters right here. Here's the whole letter. Boom. It's long.
Yo.
Now, listen to this right here.
He quoted all the scripture.
He quoted scripture. Yo, this is this is not a crazy. This is not some fucking guy that sleeps on the subway.
Crucial hour. The United States of America is considered defending wall against it
out, bro.
All right, Mr. President, you are well aware in this crucial hour, the United States of America is considered the defending wall against which the war declared by the advocates of globalism has been unleashed. Place your trust in the Lord, strengthened by your words of the Apostle Paul. I can do all things in him who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. To be an instrument of divine providence is a great responsibility for which you will certainly receive all the graces of state that you need, since they are being fervently implored for you by many people who support you with their prayers, bro.
Yeah. So you can see why conspiracy theorists are fucking, you know, why they are giving it credibility. It sounds credible, looks credible, has been acknowledged by credible people.
Yeah, right. Like,
yeah, but the guy talks about almost every. You could go on fucking Reddit and you could go there on every single one of those rabbit holes. Just
dude,
look up the subreddit conspiracy. That's it. You're in there.
Dude, there's so much carne in that
red meat.
There's a bunch of real, bro. That's crazy.
Hat wearing red meat right
there. It's like a lot of things that people were conspiring against. He just like confirmed it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But then you like we said, we're like, yo, who is this guy? But he mentions this thing about the Pope, bro.
Well, bro, I mean, he got in trouble for exposing some fucking bishop for being a pedophile, or you know what I'm saying? So right away, once you fall into that, bro, then the Vatican is against you. And the Vatican is like a country that doesn't have a country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They it's like they're their own.
It's almost, you know what I'm saying? That
they're like their own branch of politics and everything. Like they're their own thing.
Enforcement. They have an intelligence agency. They do shit. They've gotten people killed just like every other country and every other intelligence agency. They've got political enemies. They've got lobbyists. They've got intimidators. You know, these are bad people.
But so this is the crazy thing, right? And this is like the Christian part of me. If these things are gonna go down, right, like how the Bible says those things are gonna go down, there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's gonna happen.
Me and you, there's really nothing we can do.
Well, I mean, dude, against God, if God is gonna cause these things to happen,
yeah,
bro, there's nothing that any of us could do. No matter, even if whoever's exposed, and if this is meant to happen, bro, it's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that scares me. You know, that's like, yo. Because, we, of course, we could go through Revelation. We could talk about the mark of the beast. And we could talk about, like, how we're not going to buy or sell.
Exactly.
We're not going to, so they talk about the assets freezing. If it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen soon. Trump can't be president forever.
Exactly.
And if it's not COVID-19 or COVID-21 or whatever the case is, it could be another disease,
Exactly. You just don't know.
So it's just like, if it doesn't happen, the best case scenario is that we just get it pushed a little bit.
Right.
You know? But it's just scary.
It is very scary indeed.
Like when you put all the conspiracies together and you guess, even the one thing that's cool about conspiracies is that it's never really confirmed. You just gotta wait.
You gotta wait to see if it happens.
When you get a little bit of confirmation from someone that's like way high up, it's like, all right, it's like if the CIA comes out saying, "Hey guys, we do some shady stuff sometimes."
Mm-hmm.
You're like, "Whoa, I known the CIA did some shady stuff, but now they're saying it." Like
now they're coming out with it.
Yeah, they're just like, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we do it."
So check it, bro. I think I got to play this one for you on my phone. Tell me if you could hear this. I don't think you can. Ready?
Go ahead.
On Sunday, saying, "God, please tell me how it's going to happen."
Okay. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So let me talk it up, right? So this is Pat Robertson. Okay. And this is his prophecy on the 2020 U.S. presidential election results and aftermath. This is 10 minutes, so I'm not going to put on the whole thing. I'm going to jump around a little bit, but let me just share the screen so you can watch it too. Hopefully I won't get stricken down. Let's see what happens. Share screen. Pat Robertson. Bang.
Oh, look at this guy.
You know this guy, right?
I hope I've got the word, but first of all, I want to say without question, Trump is going to win the election.
Whoops. No, he still could win, but that's the first thing he comes out with. A bold statement. Let me say without question.
When was this? When was this posted?
Let me see. October 20th.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Any more questions?
No, go ahead.
And that doesn't mean you sit home and don't vote. That means you get out and do everything you can to work, but he's going to win. That's, I think, a given. But after he is sworn in and his vice president is Mike Pence, then trouble is going to happen. He's going to be challenged by the Chinese, as you couldn't believe. He'll be faced probably with some kind of a war. The North Koreans are going to have nuclear weapons. They're going to threaten us. The Russians are going to do everything they can. The Turks have got their things going. And after Trump is sworn in, yikes, we're going to see civic disobedience in our America that will just be mind-boggling. The country will be torn apart. But he's talking about Trump derangement syndrome. It's going to be horrible.
Damn.
I can see that. I mean, especially after the news.
He's explaining a reality that very easily could have happened.
Yeah, I mean,
he was just shooting the dice. Ain't no fucking guy this motherfucker, bro. Out of here.
Well, I mean, of course, I don't want to blaspheme the Holy Spirit, but
this guy, shit.
That is very probable, right? And it's
prison, no, Pat
like
Robinson for fraud or some shit.
I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. I've never seen him.
Yeah, he's been this shit for a long time. He's a real huckster. He sells buckets of fucking pre-made food for when the fucking end comes, bro. He's a piece of shit. But go ahead, as you were saying, go.
I was gonna say like dude, it seems like everybody hates Trump, and if anything that he says goes, people are gonna freak out. You know, there's always gonna be a section of people that are gonna be cool with it, and another set of people that are gonna, protest and act up.
Yeah.
So like that's what I was saying. Even now,
right? Well, that's what I'm saying. This guy took a shot because the prediction he made was not like fucking, oh wow, there's no way none of that's gonna happen.
It's not like, whoa, we weren't expecting that, like of course.
Yeah, so Pat Robertson did go to jail. Born March 1922, outspoken opinions. Yeah, bro, this guy he was facing life in prison for a corrupt and fraudulent charity. Yeah, okay. Wow. He was with a fraudulent charity, stealing money from the
guy's shady.
Yeah, but he didn't do much time. I don't know how he got out.
And he's hearing from God.
Yeah, now he's hearing from God. Now he's got a little bit more, bro. Let's see what else he got.
Because already, without anything happening, we've got trouble in the streets. But there will be at least 2 attempts on the president's life.
Whoa, 2 assassinations.
And it's going to be very difficult. So I would just urge you, if you should pray for him. But now in the process, that this confusion is happening in America, and it looks like our country is being torn apart, the fulfillment will take place of Ezekiel 38's prophecy.
Read that.
And here's what it says. It says, therefore, Son of Man, prophesy and say to God, this is what the sovereign Lord says, in that day, when my people Israel are living in safety, will you not take notice of it? And you will come from your place of the far north, and many nations with you, all of them riding on horses, a great horde, a mighty army. You'll advance against my people Israel like a cloud that covers the land. In days to come, God, I will bring you against my land, that the nations may know me when I am proved holy through you before their eyes.
Dang. Where you at, bro?
Hold on. I'm just reading it again.
First of all, I want to know who Gog is. They just got a misspell?
I hope not, because that would be embarrassing for CBN News. Hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick.
Times.
What is it, Ezekiel?
38, 14 to 16.
Let me see.
And so there's going to be a tremendous war against Israel. But the Bible says God himself is going to defend Israel.
Whoa.
And he's going to wipe out that horde. It's not going to be a nuclear war, but God himself is going to wipe out that horde of people that are coming against Israel.
So now the United States is going to be in war, and Israel will go to war. And they're going to be attacked. And God himself will come down to defend them against the hordes. You heard that, right?
Yeah. Trump is defending Israel right now, right?
Trump has been Israel's best friend in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has. Yeah, he moved the embassy, the U.S. embassy, moved it into Tel Aviv, you know.
Okay.
Capital.
Okay.
Or was it Jerusalem? Shit, I can't remember now. Shit, I can't remember. No, he moved it from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
Yeah, I was saying. I think it's in Jerusalem.
He pissed off the Muslim community by doing that, and a lot of other people as well. He's done, his son-in-law Jared Kushner has brokered peace deals with Israel and a lot of Muslim countries, basically. You know, UAE and Sudan, I believe. I mean, he's done some good things. To be honest, that if Trump did, they would have been blowing him on the fucking. You know, but you don't even hear about it because Trump and his team put it together, and it's not peace in the Middle East. Don't get me wrong, but it's something. It is definitely very significant that a lot of these countries didn't have relations with Israel before, and now they do. But yeah. But this guy over here, he's literally reading the book of Revelations right now. That's what he's doing.
Well, he's reading the book of Ezekiel.
No, but I know what you're saying, but he's talking about the times that are happening as of the Revelation. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Let's see what else he's got.
Now, what's going to happen next? I mean, you see, all right, you got that's the next thing is going to happen is that God is going to bring a period of great peace. And here's what Isaiah has to say. It's the second chapter. In the last days, the mountain of the Lord's temple will be established, and the highest of the mountains. It will be exalted above the hills, and all nations will stream to it. Many peoples will come and say, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and the temple of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his way so that we may walk in his paths. The law will go out from Zion, the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He will judge between nations and will settle disputes for many people. And they will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations will not take.
All right. I got it. So basically, he's saying that after all this war, so after the U.S. and the Chinese are going to go to war, and then Israel will be attacked, and God will come down and defend Israel, and then there's going to be a great time of peace. That's what he says. We got that to look forward to if we can.
I think he's got something mixed up. But go ahead.
You think he got it mixed up, or me?
No, I think he got something mixed up.
What did he get mixed up?
Well, because I'm trying to think, because when you read Revelations,
this guy's been doing it for decades, bro.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I don't want, like I've been saying, I don't want to blaspheme the Holy Spirit. I'm not like no Bible theologian or anything like that. Like I haven't been studying it like crazy, but I did read the book of Revelations like twice in the past like 2 months.
Bro, don't read that book, bro. You'll get depressed.
No, too late. No, but what is it? I think it's, it talks about like, famine and war and all these crazy things that's supposed to happen.
Right.
And then the Antichrist is supposed to bring it all together. And that's when we get the peace. You know what I mean?
So it's not a time for him yet then.
Like if the peace he's talking about is just within the United States, not a global peace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think because this Antichrist is supposed to bring everyone together, and
all the countries.
He's supposed to be the answer. Like everybody
talks about that in this, but I can't put the whole thing on.
Yeah, of course.
I want to get him to the end.
The president is going to be reelected. I'm saying by all means, get a vote for whoever you want to vote for, but by all means, let your voice be heard. But it's going to lead to civil unrest of a great proportion, then a war against Israel and so forth and so on. So as Terry said, I think it's time to pray. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the word. You ask what's going to happen next. That's what's going to happen next.
So he's not just a preacher, he's a soothsayer. All right? Don't forget that. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you, because, you know, the evangelicals love Trump.
Paula.
Oh, they love him.
Right, Paula.
It's Paula White. So they love him. Okay. And the week before the election, every preacher on TV was praying for Trump, screaming for Trump, doing everything they can for Trump. And you know, I was looking for gold, and the one piece of gold I found was Paula White. Paula White's this religious lady who she preaches on TV. She's a white lady, blonde hair, nice lady. She actually worked for Trump. Trump heard of her, and she was so pro-Trump that he hired her. I don't know what the fuck position he gave her. He gave her some position. All right. He hired this woman, and she did this thing where she was all in on. And look at all the memes as you're looking at my screen.
Yeah, I see the cat.
Everybody's on this lady, bro. She's just bananas. So let me see if I can find that one video that's just her going. She's going ham.
I see a world.
She's just going completely ham, bro. It's the greatest thing on earth. I'm sorry. I know that this thing to you is tough to look at. All right. First of all, how long is this video? Okay, it's all right. We can start watching it.
The Confederacy, against the election, against America, against that who you have declared to be in the White House.
Oh, come on.
High level. We break and divide
this
every.
Is not the one I want to see. I'm sorry. It is that one, but it's too long. Why?
Just tongues.
Keep doing remix.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is. See, people are doing all these. See this one. This is it.
And strike 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 and strike.
Yeah,
and strike.
I think she wants to strike.
For every enemy that is aligned against
For who?
you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain.
Yeah.
I hear a sound
She's
of
going
victory.
in.
I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of
Yo, you're off
victory.
beat, mama.
I hear a sound of abundance
Come
of
on,
rain.
catch up.
I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear
The band is like, yo,
I'm
trying to catch up, bro.
The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is
I feel
done.
terrible about making fun of her, bro. She's out of her mind, bro. I'm sorry. She can't be serious.
Victory. For angels are being released right now.
No, come on.
Angels are being dispatched right now.
Bro. Oh, come on, bro. Stop it.
Dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now.
Oh, bro, you know what?
They're coming here. In
That's
the name
hilarious.
of Jesus. From South America. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here.
That's hilarious.
From Africa.
Bro, that's hilarious. The music is actually the DJ. This is a remix.
Oh, bro.
It's her talking, but the DJ he put the music.
Oh man, I thought somebody.
I thought she was actually playing with a band.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Somebody legit put the music in the background.
Angelic reinforcement.
Angelic reinforcement. Wow, that's funny.
Is that the tongues?
Yeah, that was her tongue.
Bro, not for nothing. That sounded mad scary. Like, so I think we spoke about this before. The whole thing with tongues is like, you know, if there's no one there to interpret it, don't pay attention to it.
You're not supposed to.
You know, like you could do it in church, you know, but
oh look, another remix.
Oh man, oh poor guy.
People are going to hell, bro. See, you think of that.
For every enemy that is aligned against you.
Yo, people, the internet wins every time.
For every enemy that is aligned against you.
Trump plays
the
oh my God. I want to see you do the haka rata. Come on. Look at this, bro. Oh, haka haka. That's coming next. Watch. I'm going.
Got this dude dancing, doing the Hotline Bling dance. Oh my.
Woo, she said Ricky Tiki. You heard that? Yo, she Ricky Tiki at the same time I did, bro. Look at that, bro. I'm telling you, I can do this, bro. I should be on TV. I'll be making loot.
Oh my
Bro,
God,
I'll be passing out fucking ofrenda tray, being like,
bro.
Ricky Tiki.
Oh man, you know, like this is crazy, right? Because there's how you call it? There's something that I've been like trying to figure out with the Bible. Because there's a verse, right? It's like 1 Timothy 2:12. It says, I'm gonna read it because that's actually something that I was talking to you about, female preachers.
Right.
And it's not even like a sexist thing. This is just something that the Bible says. So it's not like, you know, I'm like saying, all right, it says Timothy 2:12 says, I do not allow a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. Ooh. Instead, she is to remain quiet.
Oh, bro, stop it, bro. What are you doing?
And then it says, for Adam was formed first, then Eve.
Oh,
Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived.
Right, do me a favor. Text me that verse, bro. I'm going to get that shit canceled.
Yeah.
Get that verse canceled on Twitter, bro. Can you imagine that? Be like, yo, cancel fucking verse 360.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy, right? Right. So like now we live. A lot of people say like, yo, yeah, it's the culture. You know, it's the culture back then versus how it is now.
No, it's not. It's the word of God.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The word of God doesn't change. It's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
I don't want to get the next Spliff canceled with misogynistic remarks. Okay.
No, man. That's what I'm saying. It's something that I've been struggling with. Yeah, I'm just saying, right? It's something because
you should talk to people in your church of leadership that you trust, because somebody, I mean, you don't see guys in the church treating their women like shit, obviously. So how do they interpret that? And then how do they live personal lives?
And that's the thing. It's like a 50-50, right? Especially when I bring up the scriptures. There's some people that say like, oh, my wife knows not to speak up. She doesn't ask like, oh, can I preach a sermon on Sunday?
Right.
They just know, they know better not to do that. And then there's there's also some that's like this lady that, you know, they'll come up and then like, especially when it comes to prosperity. Like, oh, let's say an offering prayer. Oh, I can see God just giving. He's gonna be pouring out in your pockets, you know. And it's like, whoa, lady. And she speaks in tongues and does all these things. I never know if it's real or not, right? I just try not to pay attention. But every time she comes up, I cringe a little bit, right? I'm like, I don't know if this lady's being real or, you know, whatever. I know guys could be fake too.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? It could go either way. But when it goes according to scripture, and then that's another thing. I've asked girls, legit girls from the church, like I say, hey, listen, let's read the scripture. Let me find out, how do you feel about it? And, you know, I'll have some of those like feminist girls that say, well, if God wants to use me, he's going to use me. What am I supposed to say? No, that's not what you said in your word. I'm going to shut up and sit down. And then I've heard some other girls say, is that what the Bible says? And I'm like, yeah, look, it says it right here. And she was like, then I'll obey it.
Well, you know, that's how some women with religion, if you talk to women who are, if you talk to women who are Muslim, it's an even more extreme story. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. And same with the Jewish religion as well.
And that's another thing, right? So like when you talk about things that like are in the Quran, right? If you was to ask them like, oh, do you still apply these practices today? They were like, no, that was just, you know, a culture thing. Yeah. You know, and that's always their excuse. Oh, it was a culture thing.
You know what, bro? You're touching the very I'm just kidding.
No. But that's like, it's like another rabbit hole, right? Yeah. It's like, how do you know what are you supposed to apply today? Crazy. And what was just a culture thing in the past? You know, like
this Spliff has lasted the entire fucking podcast over an hour. Okay. I'll tell you right now how long we've been on. We've been on 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Dang. Really? Only an hour? It feels like
Oh my God, bro.
feels like it's been longer.
Oh, bro, you're not gonna believe this. This thing stopped recording a while ago.
No.
Yes.
It was not meant to see the light of day, bro.
Talking to each other right now.
So not even the Zoom audio recorded?
No, the Zoom audio did record. It's fine. The video, the other one didn't record it. I might be able to salvage it. It's okay. Yeah. So we're gonna keep it rolling, right? So where was I? Pop?
We're talking about the rabbit hole of religion and
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah. So the rabbit hole, right? You cannot minimize. Okay. So yeah.
So yeah, it's like what and it's something that I want to know, right? And it's just that I don't get a consistent answer. So
Right.
like, some people will give me a different case, like, oh yeah, when Paul told Timothy that it was because they were in Greece, and in Greece they have female gods. Right. And then like, so a lot of women felt like they had authority over man, and all this crazy stuff. And that's why they said it back then. It was only meant for Timothy and the people in Greece.
Bro,
and
you
all
better
that stuff.
chill out, bro. I mean,
So
if you ever want to get laid again, better chill out with that shit.
nah, so it's
So that's
something
what you've been struggling with.
Well, it's one of the pieces of scripture that it's like, I asked somebody about it, and there's there's two different types of Christians, right? There's the Christians that are like by the book, and then there's worldly Christians that be like, oh yeah, you're gay, that's cool, you could be gay, which is not 100% true.
If you're a Christian, yeah,
no, we love you whether you're gay or not,
right? But I don't think it's right.
But that practice, that practice is pretty evil. Yeah, if you keep on, but I'm no better than you if I'm having premarital sex. It's the same.
Right.
Sin is a sin. Whatever.
So the only thing I can tell you is this, right? You're not going to follow every facet of the Bible. It's impossible for anybody to do that, right?
Yeah.
So you know what? When it comes to that area, you do what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Be true to yourself, the person you are. You know how the type of relationship you want to have with a woman, then you establish that with a woman, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, nobody does it to the Bible, to the letter of the Bible. Nobody does that.
Well, that's the thing. There's some people that they try to.
People, but is that going to be you? Or, are you going to be like those Amish dudes and shit that live, very rigid, and certain things like that? I mean, you don't. That don't have to be you for you to be the person that you want to be as a Christian. You don't got to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if the Bible says that, my woman should walk 3 steps behind me, you're going to do it? You're going to actually look for that wife?
Well, that woman, she better do it.
Why'd you hit your wife? Well, she wouldn't listen.
Well, and that's a funny thing. That's what the Muslim religion be saying. Like, it's okay to beat your wife.
What do you want me to do that, bro? Don't talk about that. Bro. Stop. We don't know that for sure.
In the Quran, I've been told that's what it says. But they say that was a cultural thing.
Do me a favor. Look it up online. Show me the fucking. Show me the facts.
We'll do this
right now. Is it okay? Oh, bro, oh my God, bro. I think we're going to hell tonight.
Oh, look at that. It's a common search too.
Oh, wow. Share your screen, bro. Let's see. I can't believe I still been smoking this spliff, bro.
Hold on. How you do this? Oh, host disabled attendee screen sharing. Thanks a lot, bruh.
Fuck it.
Well, just you look it up. Does the Quran say you can strike your wife?
Bro, I don't want to get fucking caught up searching. My wife will look at that. She'll be like, "Have you stop turning?" No.
And then that's another thing. Now, when you look at the links, it says, "Oh, explainer," and this is what it means. Oh, like,
read it to me right quick. Read me a second.
All right. So this is like from Wiki, which is not 100%, like good, but it says, so righteous women are devoutly obedient, guarding parentheses in the husband's close parentheses absence, what Allah would have them guard. But those wives from you fear arrogance. First advise them, then if they persist, forsake them in bed, and finally strike them. But if they obey you once more, seek no means against them.
Wow. Yikes, bro. That would not fly with my girl.
Yeah. Dude, but then they'd be like, oh, no, that was back then, but Allah doesn't mean that right now. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Fuck around with that shit, bro.
Yeah, right. You can't do that to a Puerto Rican. She'll mess you up.
Hell no. Check it out, bro. Let's get this shit wrapped up, my dude.
Yeah, you're about to start smoking your filter.
I'm almost down to the end, but I can't believe this spliff lasted the whole fucking podcast.
Yeah, bro. Let's see what happens when we're together, like, you know, in person and stuff.
Yeah, I wonder how bad I fucked up. I know I fucked up the recording somewhat. I'll chop it all up. I'll put it together somehow. It'll make sense. Josh, thanks for coming out, my dude.
Always a pleasure.
Until the next week, y'all. Damn, bro, I can't even talk anymore. Peace. For the service of man and grasses for the cows. Yeah, I'm Mr. One Africa's blazing. This is Zachary representing hard herbalists them in Slovakia. I'm Mr. One Africa's. Roll up and next flip. Roll up and next flip. No cocaine, give we more ganja. Roll up and next flip. Roll up and next flip. I am on no ramp when him a bone ganja. You know the Rasta man him chatting from the hill. Which part the herb gonna up in